Good morning, second grade math students. How are you doing today? It's good to be with you here, even virtually. And today is our last lesson on money, and it is a reasoning lesson. And we're going to do some problem solving, and we're going to work again with some coins to start. And we are going to need your workbook, if you have it, and we will be on page 345. Okay, and by now you should have your 3 spots in your workbook where you have post-its, and the first one is for the hundreds chart, and the second one is for the coins chart, where they show you the coins and their values. Okay, and today we're also going to be working with the $50. Hopefully you were able to get one of those in your bank. And also have a post-it on the page where the dollar bills, the bills are shown. Okay, all right, so let's get started. The I can statement for 8-5 is long. It's longer than it's been this whole unit, and it's right here. And I'll read it with you, and you can read it along in your book. It's at the top of page 345. I can reason about values of coins and find different ways to make the same total value. This has to do with exchanges. Okay, just like the game that you played when you were exchanging 10 dimes for $1 and 10 pennies for a dime. I can reason about values of coins and find different ways to make the same total value. Okay, and this is a very fun lesson. So we'll do a review on our coins. And we have the P for the penny. So if you're doing a model today, you can go ahead and write a P for a penny, especially since they have you working with a grid, kind of making a data chart. That's something that looks like a data chart. And N for the nickel, and the penny is 1 cent, and there's the cent symbol. And it's the copper colored coin. The N is the nickel, first letter in nickel, and it's worth 5 cents. Okay, and it's a silver colored coin. We have the dime, and that's worth 10 cents with the D, and it's the smallest of all the coins. And then the next one is the quarter, and I've erased that drawing that I did. I should have kept it, but I didn't. And the quarter looks like this, and it is larger than the nickel, but not as large as the $50. You can see the two together. $50 is the largest coin that we have, if you have a $50, because they're not as common. And the value for the quarter is 25 cents, and you use a Q to show it. Okay, and the value for the $50 is 50 cents, which is 2 quarters. Okay, remember the quarter is a quarter of the whole, the 1, so it's worth 1 quarter, which is 25 cents. And the half is half of the whole, and it's worth 50 cents, and the whole would be 100 cents, and it would be the $1. So this is your whole, this is your half, this is your quarter. Okay, and then we can keep going. This would be a tenth. This would be a fifth. This would be a 1%. Okay, so if you have a bank, get it ready today. You're going to use that, and if you don't, you can draw models on a whiteboard. Okay, all right, let's get started. And we are going to start this lesson, just like we have all the others, with the skip counting. And we're going to skip count by 5s, and we're going to go to 100, and we're going to start at 0. So let's get ready. Okay, 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. And remember, we learned at the last lesson that we skip count 20 times. So 25s equal 100. 20 nickels equal $1 or 100 cents. Right? So let's do the tens now. We have 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Okay, and remember we have 10 tens, not including the 0 here. 10 tens will equal 100. So 10 dimes equal $1 or 100 cents. Okay, so we don't count our starting point in our value of the coins, but we start at 0 when we do our skip counting. All right, and we're going to move on. So let's open the page to 345, and then we're going to keep going because you're going to do the solve and share afterwards on your own, and I'm going to help you with the visual learning bridge and the guided practice. Right, so they are having you draw little data collection graphs that look like data collection graphs. And the title of the graph, the data collection table, it's not a graph, it's a table. They're different, but we're not going to get into that right now. Ways to show 25 cents is the name of the table. And then you're going to have your columns, quarter, dime, nickel, and total. Okay, so they're not going to use pennies here, although pennies can be used because penny is worth 1 cent. Okay, and we have the dollars, the bills, and the dollar sign, the cents, the coins, and the cent sign, the value, how much it's worth, skip count by groups, count on, count up, and add up. And here is the ways to show, and I'll go ahead and show you what I've done, and you can go ahead and draw one of these as well on your whiteboard or on a piece of paper if you don't have a whiteboard. And it says, I have some quarters, dimes, and nickels. I want to buy a banana. Okay, and the banana in the picture is worth 25 cents. Okay, so the total will go here. Right? So 25 cents is equal to 25 pennies. So how many different ways can we make this 25 cents to purchase the banana? Well, 1 quarter is worth, it's not up there, 25 cents. Wish I wouldn't have erased that. So we can use 1 quarter to pay for the banana. Okay? So if we have some dimes and nickels, we would need 2 dimes, but that's only 10, 20, so we would still need 5 more cents. So we'd need 1 nickel, and that would equal 10, 20, 25. So we would also have 25 cents. Okay? So we could make it one other way. If we have some nickels, we can use 5 nickels, and that would also equal 25 cents. Or we can make a different combination. We could use 1 dime and 3 nickels, and that would also equal 25 cents. So let's go ahead and see how these would work. So 25 cents is the total of the quarter. 10 plus 10 is the 2 dimes plus the 5 cents would equal 25 cents. And over here we have 5, just like when we did our arrays, 5 groups of 5 would also equal 25 cents. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we have the dime and 3 nickels. And don't forget, you can also use 25 pennies. Okay, so these are the different ways you can make 25 cents to purchase this banana. All right, let's go to the guided practice. And the guided practice says, use reasoning, complete the table. And here, they're also going to be using the half dollar. And the half dollar, we'll put that in this column, HD, is worth 50 cents. So, how many different ways can we make 55 cents? It asks. Tony wants to buy a pencil. It is worth 55 cents. He has half dollars, quarters, and nickels. Find all the ways he can make 55 cents. Okay, so remember, you can use your bank to make 55 cents as well as I'm modeling this. Okay, so Tony has half dollars, so he would use 1 half dollar, and he still needs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cents. So he would need a nickel, and then his total could be 55 cents. So that would be 50 plus 5. Okay, the next way he could do it would be with some dimes. He could use 10 dimes, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and 5 cents. Okay, so here we have 55 cents is equal to 10 dimes, 10 plus 10 is 10, 10 plus 10, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 5. Okay, and there are other ways he can use this. He can use more nickels. Okay, if he had 55 pennies, he could use 55 pennies, but it doesn't look like Tony has any pennies. Tony doesn't like pennies. Neither did the boy in the visual learning bridge. Okay, and then there are other different combinations you can make. If you had quarters, you can use 2 quarters, and I think Tony has quarters, and 1 nickel. And that would also equal 55 cents. So we'd have 25 plus 25 plus 5. Okay? There are different ways, many combinations. The greater the total, the more different combinations you can make with the coins. Okay? And now I'm going to leave you here, and we're going to read our focus question one more time. And I want you to work on page 345 and do the solve and share on your own. I can reason about values of coins and find different ways to make the same total value. Remember, you're making exchanges. Okay? And a fun game you can play after you're done with your work today is the $1 exchange game, but you can also play the $10 exchange game. And if you have 20 ones and 20 tens and maybe some 5s, you can go ahead and make it to fit the same game. If you're not able to print down the money, you can go ahead and just cut little pieces and write $1, $1, and then $10 and $5 and $20, so you have, and $100 because you need a $100 bill. So you have those amounts, and you can play the $10 exchange game or the $100 exchange game. All right, well, you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow.